Somebody told me that anytime he is about to do something that will change his life, that failure comes. And I promised him I would do a video. I have had challenges like that anytime there is something big coming, there is the tendency for the devil to play offside. And I told you about Ejukornemu is an Urobo word. Let trouble be far from my activities. So we're going to look at Ejukornemu and how to prevent failure at the point of success or disappointment at the point of success. Number one, the Bible says, do not be ignorant of the devices of the devil. I give you an example. Anytime I was to run a marriage seminar, and then I used to travel with my wife, there must be quarrel a day before, that day that we are going, as we are driving to go and preach. Usually not from myself or herself, an outsider. I give you an example. Somebody can just drive a vehicle past my front area, and I'll say, why is that person driving like a crazy person? My wife will say, crazy person, man of God. And from there, it will degenerate. On her 60th birthday, I told her, before her 60th birthday, some days, I say, anytime we want to do a major thing, quarrel will come. Please, let's not quarrel. So I kept my side of the deal. But before you know it, stress came in. One driver did something in the school, and I kept my calm. And the funny thing was that she now dressed well. She said I should come and hold her so that I would take a picture and post on Facebook. And I grabbed her from behind and she whispered to me, some of your fans will see this picture now. They won't know we quarreled this morning. So I now discovered that it was not her person. It was not my person. It was a killjoy approach in the spirit realm. So I started taking precautionary measures. So you must take precautionary measures when you are about to get major breakthroughs. I give you an example. I was to preach to the Church of God mission pastors at the Balm of Gilead. 4,000 pastors. And that was my first time of speaking to pastors of my denomination. I made sure I prepared everything far in advance. I made sure I did not drive. I asked them to send a vehicle to carry me. Why? And they should come early. Why? It is that day you have this big occasion that your car, the fan belt will cut, one thing will happen, one policeman will delay you, one thing will disturb you, and you might not be able to make it. So I went a day before. So always have this proactive, precautionary approach and pray. Pray. I was to speak to a big company and I was in the farm when they called me. And okay, first of all, I wanted to sleep in the farm and I wanted to put off my phone. And the Lord spoke to me, leave your phone on. Phones are for opportunities. And I left it on. Just before I would drift off to a nap, the call came from a multinational. And I answered and we booked an appointment to speak by 5. My farm worker told me, sir, let's leave this farm now. Go! So I left, plugged my phone to be charging. I sat near it so that they won't call me then, we'll have a missed call. And they called and I answered. When I was to go to Benin to catch the flight, I left by 10 a.m. for a flight of 5 p.m. because I know that is the day that trailer can fall across the road. So I got far ahead and I prayed. So you must learn to pray against any possibility. You pray against the security guard. You pray for him to have for you to have free access. You bind the secretary so that she will not prevent you from seeing the person you are supposed to see. You must learn to exercise authority. I've been teaching about declaration. You start declaring the things that will happen into existence. I decree and I declare, because know ye not that ye are gods, and you are a kingdom of kings and priests. You say, whatever you bind on earth is bound in heaven. Whatever you lose on earth is losing in heaven. So you start to decree what you want to come to pass into existence. I don't pray loud. I pray at the speed of my thought. So you will see me, I sit in public and my lips are moving like Nehemiah's own, but I'm praying. So you bind every contrary spirit. You bind the spirit of disappointment. You bind the spirit of failure. Somebody was supposed promise to send me 1 million. It is that time he wanted to send me 1 million that bank transfers became difficult, network wahala, but it's still going to come. I'm losing the 1 million. So that's the way it is. You have to loosen, you have to bind, you have to declare, you have to decree. Because Satan plays overtime, plays extra hours, brings a partial referee to come and refer your game. So the point is learn and then learn from history. What are the recurrent decimals in your life? Start to bind them. Bind them. Issue decrees. Then what are the potentials you have? Losing them. What assistance do you need? Losing them. Send angels on assignment to go ahead of you. You will see that you will be succeeding. Then have a mental picture. What I do is that I project my mind into the future. I create my performance. I see myself doing very well. I create a picture of the response of the people. I create it in my mind. As a man thinks in his heart, so he is. I see myself celebrating. And as I pray in the spirit, every negative thought of failure disappears. Then have clean hands. Don't bear iniquity. Don't bear anger and vengeance against any person. But be wise. And so when you pray this kind of prayers, you will discover that your situation will start changing. And then covenant your success with God. I made a bond slave covenant with God that if God can teach me how to excel, I will teach others how to excel. And that's why I'm here on YouTube, raising 1 million Africans who are going to be entrepreneurs. And that's why in my mentorship group, we call ourselves the Billionaire Family. Send a message to me on WhatsApp on +234 7052136763. You can join my WhatsApp mentorship group. You can also participate online during our Word and Wisdom Conference coming up on the 1st of April 2024 by 10 a.m. We keep to time. We're going to try to relay it live. We also will record the 5 guest speakers and we'll send them to you. If you send me a message on that number on WhatsApp, I will give you the way you will pay and register for the contract. God bless you. I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Poki.